Now to start this off, we're going to use a microwave safe bowl. So into the bowl, we're going to place in about 3 tablespoons of butter and 1 regular packet, which is about 180 grams of marshmallows. Now we're going to place this into the microwave for say 30 seconds at a time and give it a good stir each time until everything is completely melted and well combined. Okay, so as you can see, it's nicely melted, and just give it a good stir just to mix the butter in with the marshmallows. Now once that's mixed through, I'm just going to add some red food colouring. Just about a tablespoon should do. And mix that in so it's nice and bloody. Now once mixed through, I'm going to add in some popped popcorn. Now you can use the microwave or you can do it on the oven. Doesn't make any difference. So I'm going to put about a standard size bag in. And I'm using some gloves. Now as a hint, I've just given a quick grease just with some cooking spray oil. That'll just stop everything from sticking to my hands. So just give it a good mix through. Well, it won't completely stop, but it makes a big difference, trust me. Now lastly, I have some non-stick baking paper here. So I'm just going to grab, say, a small amount at a time. Then start shaping them into a decent sized ball, and you can make them as big as you want or as small as you want. And I can tell you from personal life experiences, some brains are literally smaller than others. So we're just going to place it onto the parchment paper there. And just give it a quick tap down just on top, not too much, because brains aren't exactly round. And for the final effect, I'm just going to use the handle of a knife and just tap on just a little bit in the center, which will give that indentation between the left and the right side of the brain. And there we have our delicious popcorn brains. They really are incredibly simple to make. And I found using the popcorn, it really does make a brain look, well, even more brainy. But you just have to serve these delicious, disgusting looking things at your next Halloween party because they're going to taste simply delish. Now we're going to start this off by using a clear bowl. Now personally, I'm going to use a truffle bowl, but any large clear size bowl will do. So the first thing I'm going to pour in is some raspberry and cranberry juice. Yum yum. Now that's a little bit dark, we want to lighten it up, and for that I'm going to use some lemonade. So just pour that in, and there's no exact measurements. You want to A, do it to taste, and B, do it to the desired colour that you're going to be after. So we want like a light blood colour. Now this next ingredient is completely optional, but I'm going to add in a cup of vodka and a pinch of lime juice. Now for the centerpiece, we're going to use a cauliflower. So just cut off any leaves, just like so. We don't want those because it doesn't look much like a brain with leaves on it. And of course, make sure you've washed it properly because obviously this is going to be going in someone's drink. So all we have to do now is just carefully lower in our cauliflower. And there we have it, a very simple, very easy pickled brain punch. Now this recipe is so versatile, it works fantastic with or without the vodka, so it's good for adults and children. It takes literally a few minutes to make. Just make sure you keep the original ingredients in the fridge beforehand, so it'll be nice and cold. But when you add that cauliflower in, which makes a lovely pickled brain, this pickled brain punch tastes simply ghoulish. Okay, so I've just taken a pot off the stove with the desired amount of water. Now to that I'm going to put in 2 packets of raspberry jelly. And then I'm going to put in 4 packets of gelatine. So these are 10 grams a packet, so 40 grams of gelatin. Okay, once in, we're going to continuously stir this until everything is completely dissolved. Okay, now that everything has been completely dissolved in, we're going to let this sit for about a good hour and a half so it can completely cool. Mainly because we're using a plastic mold, so obviously we don't want to melt the mold. Okay, now that our liquid is nice and cool, now this is a brain mold. Now I just searched online and I found this at a online party shop supplier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bowl and just put it inside the bowl, because it doesn't have a flat bottom. Well, it does, but not overly flat. So extra stability, I'm just going to put it into a bowl. And it's just a matter of pouring our liquid straight in. Okay, so once it's in there, we're going to place this into the fridge for a good 8 hours, preferably overnight, so you want to make this the night before. Place this into the fridge for a good 8 hours to completely set. Okay, so I've just taken this out of the fridge after being in there overnight, and as you can see, it's nice and hard. Now obviously it's not just going to come straight out. The best way to do it is stick the base of it in hot water for about 3 seconds. You don't want to do too much more, otherwise it'll start to melt. For 3 seconds, then you're going to tip it onto a plate and it should come straight out. So I'm going to give this a go. Okay, so I put it in some hot water. I'm just going to start by easing the edges away, just around, just so it's not so sticky. Oh, that just came straight out. Oh, look at that! It's a wibbly wobbly brain. Now, would you look at that? Ooh, wibbly wobbly. Ooh, you know what? It feels just like a brain too. And yes, I know what a brain feels like. But this is incredibly easy to make. Just takes a bit of preparation and it's gonna turn out fantastic. And then all you have to do is just grab some friends or by yourself, and then you can eat some brains.